begin to look at these 5 habits that is common among disciples, or what they would look like. And as a Christian, as a disciple, as a follower of Christ, these are habits that we should be practicing, or ways that we should be walking out our faith. And the 5 habits are to connect, pray, serve, give, and share. And these are things that we don't necessarily happen just in an order, but in some way or another that we're connecting and praying and serving and giving and sharing as a way of life that we have as Christians, as disciples of Christ. And a habit has to do with how we behave. That's a habit. And there are essential common habits like these 5 that Christians practice, that the way of a Christian life that we should be flowing within these different habits. And our habits determine our outcome in life. If we have bad habits, those bad habits will determine the outcome of our life. If we fall into those bad habits and we're making poor choices and they continue to happen, we'll continue to go down that road, and it'll affect our life and affect the lives of those around us. And our good habits will do the same thing. Our good habits will begin to reap what we sow as a result of that habit that we've put in our life. But both habits, whether good or bad, will determine our life outcome. And it's amazing how bad habits come so easily to us. Like that somehow we didn't have to work at those. Somehow they just began to manifest, and probably because of our sinful nature, and we're fallen short from that glory of God, and we just naturally can fall into these bad habits, and they seem to progress and get worse, but they come so easily. Yet it's so difficult for us to create new ones. Bad ones come easy, new ones take work. New ones take focus. New ones take a discipline that will transform our lives. But we have to put something into that habit to begin to form that change. And creating new habits, there's basically 3 things that we have to focus on if we're going to have them. And when we're creating a new habit, the first thing that we have to do is make it simple. Often we make it too complicated, and when we make it too complicated, we fail immediately. But we have to simplify that process. The second thing we do is, if we're going to have these habits, that it becomes daily. That daily I begin to practice that. Daily I begin to put that in my life. And the third thing has to be with accountability. That I don't do it alone. That I'm not trying to create this in a way that I could just make this happen, but there's an accountability within that process. So I have to keep it simple, I have to do it daily, and it has to be done with accountability.